Hi everyone, Teresa here, your mindfulness, earthing, and grounding coach. And this is the Mind, Body, Soul Harmony card reading for the week of July 8th. So welcome to this beautiful new week ahead. And I am just so happy that you are here. And so one of the things that I love to do every Sunday or Monday, I love to pray and ask what messages, wisdom, and guidance do me and my social media followers need to receive for the week ahead, with some mindfulness tools, tips, and techniques that can help us to stay harmonized as we move through the week. And then what I do is I use my pendulum to find out which card decks are best to use. And then I pick 3 messages, one for the body message, one for the mind message, and one for the soul message. And so the card deck that we're using this week for our body and physical environment message came from the Gaia Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. And then the card deck we're using for our Divine Mind message came from Vicky Iskandar, the Chinese 5 Elements Oracle. And then the card deck that we're using for our soul message this week came from the Golden Future Oracle by Diana Cooper. And so I'm just setting the intention here that this Mind, Body, Soul Harmony card reading is for the highest good of all. Just setting the intention that this card reading is joyous, empowering, helpful, insightful, and always just take what resonates and leave the rest. So let's dive in. So the card that came through for our body message and physical environment message is card number 15, the Temptress, Seduction, Deceit, a Broken Promise. And so let's start with the number 15. So 15 might be a significant number for some of you, or maybe in 15 days, or maybe on July 15th. So just see where that lands for you. But as I tune into this card for this week, you know, this really seems to me like our material world, this third dimension matrix reality. You know, there's so much deceit, there's so much illusion, there's so much darkness in certain parts that we have to be extra mindful and hyper focused to get to the truth, right? Because there's so much fear-based manipulation, so much control, so much greed. And so it just takes us so much more time and energy to really pause. If we're seeing something, if we're hearing something, we can't just take that in. We have to actually step back and sit with that information, sit with that situation, that obstacle, that challenge, and really decipher, what is true here. I just find that there's just more and more illusion that we have to navigate through, right? And so this is why it's so important to have our daily mindfulness spiritual practices to help us navigate this dense third-based manipulative matrix and really find out what is true for me, and just being able to have tools to help us see the truth clearly. So that's what message I'm receiving as I get with this card. And there's so much temptation in this world, in this material world, so much temptation, so much manipulation, right? And so much distraction. So this is where we have to have our mindfulness tools, tips, and techniques, and practices to help us sift through all of this so that we determine from our heart center, that is not true for me. Or, you know what? I don't agree with that. Or, you know what? That is just not acceptable. So this is what I'm feeling, is what's coming up this week, is just to be hyper aware of what information that you're taking in, and to not just take in anything. No. This is more and more as we move through this world and all these illusions and temptations. We have to really bring down like our eyes of divine truth. We really need to look at these situations, this information through like a self-reflective pool of truth to really get clear on, you know what is true and what is not true, so that then we are not manipulated, so that then we are living our lives from divine truth, and we are navigating our path with higher consciousness, with the light of spirit guiding us to the highest path for our lives. And so I created a really fun flow this week, the Qi Gong Flow for the week of July 8th, with a Qi Gong move to help us sift through truth. And I call it the self-reflective Qi Gong move, where we can bring in, first of all, we determine what is true for us, because that is the most important thing. We have to be so clear on what is true for us, what is our truth. And then once we know that, once we know ourselves and inside and out, and know our authentic expression, then we bring in whatever information or situation or obstacle that's crossing our path. We bring that in again and we sit with it. We bring in that self-reflective pool. We put on our divine glasses of divine truth, and we look at that information or that obstacle or that situation through the eyes of divine truth and light, so that we can see clearly, so that we are not being led astray, so that we are not being deceived, so that we are not, falling prey to manipulation. And so definitely go ahead and enjoy that Qi Gong Flow that I created for you this week. And another thing I want to do for our mindfulness tool for this to help us, I thought this Gaia Oracle had a beautiful message I wanted to just share. And so if this resonates, you can also work with this. I am listening to and trusting my intuition. I am looking at every situation from a grounded and balanced point of view. Every positive has a negative and vice versa. I am looking beyond the superficial and finding the truth. I am looking for substance, and I am not swayed by wild promises. So if you like that, definitely work with some of those affirmations as you move through the week. And let me know if you enjoy the Qi Gong Flow I created for you for this week as well. Okay, let's move along. And so the message that came through for our divine mind this week is number 31, the wood horse, live and love joyfully. So again, the number 31, this could have some significance for some of you, maybe on July 31st, maybe in 31 days, maybe you're 31, whatever. See where that lands. But I love this so much. Look at this. This to me, this horse, look at the light above. This is a message that heaven above, spirit above, is guiding us on our journeys to live a joy-filled, happy life here on earth. We can really create heaven on earth. And then below, it's like then on the earth plane, we are being given so many opportunities on our path. And so that is so wonderful. And it's always such a beautiful reminder that we really need to not listen to that egoic mind. The mind will play tricks on you. The mind will keep you in fear. The mind will deceive you. The mind will seduce you into thinking that you are, need to protect yourself, or that you're in fear. It's just, it's so important to drop out of that egoic, limited mind and into the heart. So that's the other powerful message that is coming through for this week is just really remembering anytime your mind is spinning spirals into thinking that you should be afraid or that you should buy into this good and bad and polarity and tribalism. No, no, no. It's a reminder to keep dropping into our heart. When we live with an open heart, lead with love, and follow our joy, do you know what? There is no fear. When you're in love and you're connected to Creator, you are not afraid. You are not deceived. And so this is the powerful message coming through, is that, again, going back to our daily mindfulness, spiritual practices to keep us aligned and flowing with the light of Creator, Source, Consciousness through our hearts, so that we can live our lives in joy and abundance. And it's also saying that when we do that, when we live in our divine energetic state of joy and abundance, we are helping to uplift everyone around us. And so if everybody could do this, if everybody could live from their heart and be open and generous and share your heart abundantly and joyously with others, this changes the world. This uplifts everyone around us. This heals the world. And so I created, again, some Qi Gong Flows to help you get back into joy and love. And so it's a message this week to really practice moving through your day with more joy and more love. Where can you bring more joy and love and fun to your situations? So even if you have to do a mundane chore that you don't really like, well, spice it up, make it fun, turn on some music, dance with it, just think differently, be creative and clever on how you can bring more joy and fun into everything that you do, so that it's like moving through your day becomes a dance, becomes so joy-filled. And the other message coming through is to be so happy for others, just to celebrate everybody's wins, just to be on that frequency of uplifting everybody, being so happy for others, celebrating their accomplishments. And that's the other thing that's coming through. So such a beautiful reminder to practice moving through this week and your day with more compassion and love. And as we do that, it lights us up. It uplifts our energy, frequency, and vibration, because joy is one of the highest energies, frequencies, and vibrations on the planet. So you can even start off your day by saying, I am choosing to move through my day in joy and love, and just stay in that elevated frequency and observe as you're doing that, going about your day with that. Just watch how you're uplifting everyone around you. And so that's a beautiful message and practice for this week. So take what resonates there. And so now the message for our soul this week, this is the second week in a row. The economy is coming up again, and trusting that all your needs will be met. So since this is coming up for the second week in a row, this is extra powerful. And so again, this is just remembering that all of our needs are abundantly met in every moment, and that all of humanity's needs are abundantly met in every moment, trusting in the divine, into Source, Creator, to provide for us. And so what we need to remember on our part is just that. It's that having that open heart, living our lives in that loving, generous, open heart, really sharing your time, your love, your gifts, your resources with others, with the intention of helping to uplift others. This is such an abundant universe, and our natural state is abundance. So there is enough for everybody. Nobody on this earth should be struggling in survival mode. And I know we've all been there. And so this is the message that we need to change that. We all need to do our part in our lives to share our love, our time, our joy, our gifts, our resources abundantly and joyously with everyone in our communities or the charities that you resonate with, so that we can participate in making sure everyone on this planet has the basic needs of a house or a roof over the head, all the food, just the basic needs to get everyone out of that survival into abundantly thriving, because there is enough for everyone. And then when we do this, when each of us do this in our lives and in our community, openly sharing our heart and our resources, time, love, gifts abundantly with everyone, that's when our Creator is like, okay, let's assist our beautiful children here on earth and help make sure that they have an abundance of resources, an abundance of food for everyone. So that's when we have received that divine guidance and to help us have everything that we need. And so this is the message coming through, and you might even see these hands holding each other, again, coming together in community, doing what you can. And I used to think, when I was in that survival mode, I used to think I just don't have money to give to others, but I would donate services or my time or my love or whatever. But I came to realize, and I found out an important lesson, that tithing has been around forever. And tithing, we need to all be tithing no matter how much money you're making, because there's magic in tithing. So even if you think that you don't have enough money to give, you need to change that, and you need to look at, okay, this is how much money I have, so I can give this portion to my favorite charity every month. And then watch the magic happen. This happened in my own life. That's why I can speak of this from experience. I used to be in that survival mode. I used to almost be homeless. I used to think, I don't have the money to give, but I can give services to other things. And as soon as I learned that lesson from above, I started to do my tithing. I'm like, okay, this is how much I have right now, which wasn't much, but I was like, okay, here's my favorite charity, Families Forward, because they help people who are homeless or just don't have enough. And that really resonated with me, since I was so close to homelessness. And I started tithing and giving to this charity in my community every month. And I'm telling you, within 6 months of doing that consistently, I started receiving help from my family, from other people. And then suddenly, after a year of tithing, I was completely out of survival mode. So this is just a powerful message to you from my personal experience. No matter how much money you make, it is all about tithing. So find that favorite charity that resonates with you, and that is part of our duty. While we're here on this human experience, is to give to others. And so tithe and watch the magic happen. And you need to be consistent. You need to be very disciplined every month, and make that a monthly disciplined practice. And then in 6 months, see how your life has transformed. And in 1 year, I almost guarantee you that you'll be out of survival mode. So go ahead and try that. It's incredible what happens. Again, because when we do that, and again, we must give out for the joy and love of it. So it doesn't work if you're like, okay, I have to tithe, so I'm going to give this money. No, we can't. You can't do that. You have to be in so much love and gratitude, like, I'm so grateful for this money that I am making, that I am so grateful. I'm going to take a piece of this money that I receive monthly and donate it. And you have to be in that loving, joy-filled gratitude, energy, frequency, and vibration as you're giving. That's the key, because then that's how the magic unfolds. And so put it into place and let me know. Come back to me in 6 months and 1 year and let me know how your life is transformed after you have generously tithed from the joy and love of your open heart. Okay, so those, oh, and then again, for our mindfulness tool for our soul, go ahead and check out the Qi Gong Flow for the week of July 8th. And again, just establishing our practice is to tithe, is to start and this is beautiful. We just came off of a Cancer new moon. And so when we tithe, it's showing the universe that we are trusting that the universe is providing for all of our needs. That is the other beautiful thing of tithing, is just knowing as I give, I am receiving. And that is what's so beautiful about tithing. So practice your tithing, set that in motion. That can be a new moon intention, finding the charity that you're going to tithe to each month, and then looking at how much money you bring in a month, and then figure out what you can give. And let me know how your life magically transforms in 6 months to a year from now. Okay, so take what resonates there. Have a beautiful week ahead. And again, for those of you who do enjoy my Qi Gong Flows, check out my Patreon account. The link is below. And on our Patreon mindfulness community membership, I share exclusive Qi Gong Flows that really gives you warm-ups and flows and visualization. So if you're ready to, again, set a new intention of having a practice that is fun and will bring you a powerful transformation in your life, go ahead and check out my Patreon. You're gonna love the videos. Okay, thank you so much. Have a beautiful week ahead, and let me know what is resonating and working for you. I would love to know. Thank you so much.